Welcome back to The Stoop, everybody. I'm back with Johnny Lawler here. We're talking Arsenal. We're talking transfer news. We're talking international break. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. All right, here goes. Lawler, is it party time? Is it really party time? Did it actually happen? Did they actually spend money?
I think finally the dust came out of Mr. Cronky's pockets apparently, and he forked out some of his own cash to bring in one of the top midfielders in Europe, right? So, and a player that we've been after for a long time. Yeah. On the last,
hour, like the last
how
hour.
close could it have been? You and I were texting and saying, dude, this is going to be typical Arsenal. Last day of the season. We're not going to get anybody new in because we are looking for a word as well.
Yeah.
That never happened. In my gut, I still had a strong feeling that we would get Partey in.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Me too.
But
Me too.
Something in me just said we're gonna nick him, and we did. And it's like I just can't wait for the league to be back on again and play.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you play against City in our game back after the international break, but. Dude, what a signing.
I'd put him in right away. It's
Dude,
like Thiago coming on for Liverpool. Looked like he had been there forever. I feel like he's the same thing.
This guy is going to fit straight into Arteta's plans. We've been after him for so long. He's probably been Atletico Madrid's best midfielder for the past. He's with them since what?
He's an
2013.
Academy. He's an Academy.
7 years.
He's Atletico Academy.
Yeah. Now they put him out on loan a couple of times, but ultimately dude. You see how freaked. You see how freaked the manager was.
Diego Simeone.
He was planning. Simeone was planning the season with him as part of the team with Torreira. In the middle.
Yeah.
And
so we're like, here's Torreira.
Yeah, and then they get a phone call like at midnight, literally at midnight or just early in the morning saying, we're going to pay the 45 million for him, and that's it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's go back a bit and say that dude has been so undervalued at Atletico Madrid for many years. He's been one of their least paid players in that whole team for many years. He's on peanuts. He was on peanuts playing for them. And the dude's coming to Arsenal. He's going to be earning 150 grand a week.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him. And what a move. And look, we talk about transfers and we talk about good players you bring in, and we can talk about that in a bit. But at the end of the day, the key to all of these players coming to Arsenal and signing for them is Arteta. It's, what do you call him?
The Basque Dracula. Oh.
Dude, all of them will say, "Oh, I got a call from Mikel Arteta. I got a call from Arteta, and he told me about his project, his plan, his this, his that."
Yep.
And they just respect him.
Yep.
They believe in what Arsenal are trying to do, and I think ultimately it's Arteta at the whole base of it, and he's been supported by the club, which is good to see.
Yeah.
So.
You know how when I knew we were gonna get him, I knew because I was like 45 million. Like, we don't have that kind of cash. We have like 44,900,070. We need an extra 30 grand. So let's get rid of Gunnersaurus, and that'll give us the extra 30 grand that we need a year to pay.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah. That's a different point, which when we talk about the overall sort of rating of the transfer window out of 5 or out of 10, there's different things that bring it down for me. And Arsenal are always known as a sort of club with a bit of class or a bit of something classy about Arsenal has always been. And what they did with Gunnersaurus was a low move, man, for a club trying to save a few coppers and pennies here and there.
Like,
and they go and get rid of a mascot. Like, And then Ozil comes and embarrasses the club by saying he's going to pay his wages.
Yeah.
A player that doesn't even get into the squad anymore. It's come on, like that's a nasty thing to have happened. That's one of the bad things that actually came out of all this. But I think with Partey, I just can't wait to see. People underrate him, and many clubs, dude. This guy is 27, prime of his career,
prime.
And he has a release clause of 45 million. That's like a bargain. That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane business in football these days. That's insane money.
Yeah.
Bargain.
You know what excites me right now? We actually, with the addition of Partey and Gabriel, we have muscle. Like we have. Yeah. I felt like we've always been a little flimsy, like just being able to be run over. That's what I liked about Kolasinac so much. Less his skill, more of he was willing to run someone over. I feel like Gabriel in the box, he muscles people. He's big, he's huge, he's massive. Yeah.
And 6'3", man.
And then
I don't know how that equates to in US, but he's 6'3".
Yeah, that's the same.
Like,
we use the same. So he's like 14 meters. I don't know. But he's big and strong, and then you have Partey. I've been watching clips of him just beasting people, and that's. Yeah. I feel like we have some strength in the bag now. So
for me, Partey's the type of player who I would compare it a little bit to a player that Chelsea had a few years ago, Michael Essien, in the centre midfield. Chelsea had him because people think Partey is a type of a defensive midfielder, as in he but dude, that's where he played for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
And that's where Simone played him in the team. This guy used to play attacking midfield and somewhat behind the strikers sometimes. So he likes to attack.
Yeah.
That's his game as well. And this guy can run all day, everywhere. The Premier League is going to be perfect for him. And he has no issue with flying, straight into the team. He speaks English, Spanish.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
Does it start to make a little bit more sense how much Arteta has been pushing El Nene? I feel like El Nene will fit in with him to let him go up, when he's like, okay, I got it. Last week, El Nene was dropping back into, we had a back three with Gabriel, David Luiz, and El Nene. Even though El Nene started in the middle, as soon as Tierney and Bellerin went forward, he was back here in a back three.
Yeah.
So does it make a little bit more sense, like Arteta knew it was going to happen?
I find it very interesting in what way he's going to play that midfield 5 or 6 players that we have in the centre. When you have the likes of Saka, El Nene, Thomas Partey, Ceballos, you have Willock there as well that slots in. It's going to be very interesting to see what way Arteta plays the midfield. The point is now he has options.
Yes.
Players get injured very quick these days, and 5 yellow cards are suspended for a couple of matches, a game here and there. You've cup games coming on. We have a lot of Europa Bloody League games coming up. So I think now he has options to figure out in the midfield, and he has defensive and attacking options. Yeah. So it's a good headache for him to have now. Yeah. And having him in there is just fantastic. Going back to Gabriel, man, another steal. The guy has played 4 matches for us, and he's probably been man of the match 3 out of the 4 games.
Yeah.
I would say. I love defending us, and like for me, this kid is 22. We got him for 26, 27 million pounds, and he is just that's like probably going to be one of the signs of the season, I would say. The way he's looking at the moment.
I see him very similar to Virgil van Dijk. He's got the size, he's got the footwork, he likes getting in the box for headers, but same in the defending. He defends the headers the same way. He can jump, he's massive. Like, if he's 22 or something. So if he can be
22,
at Arsenal for
years.
10 years or for 5 years, like,
yeah,
we
but
can
like,
have some stability. And I don't know.
dude, check out our whole window, right? So you look at our window, right? You get Thomas on the last day. You sign Gabriel, we had him. You bring Willian in, who's a winner, who's been winning things with Chelsea and other teams, and he's playing for the national team. You shore up defence. You sign Cedric. You keep Cedric. You sign Pablo Mari, who again he's actually underrated.
Because
Another Brazilian.
He's
Another
played
Brazilian
once and got hurt.
Injured, who seems like a good defender. Pablo Mari, you have Saliba, who came in, who's probably going to go out on loan, and I don't quite understand that because he's very highly rated and regarded.
And
I don't understand that. You get Ceballos, you sign Saka, you keep Saka, right? You keep him on a contract. You keep Martinelli, who people forget about Martinelli. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, the only bad things about this whole window for me, you mentioned Gunnersaurus, okay? That's a bit of an unclassy thing. Both you and I agree that getting rid of Martinez was a bad move. For me, that was a bad move, but a great move for him, and I respect the move that he made. But I would have kept him over Leno. Toss of a coin, but I would have kept him over Leno. But the likes of Mustafi, is still there. Socrates are still there. We managed to shift Torreira and Guendouzi off. So overall, maybe 7 or 8 out of 10 would be my transfer window sort of call. We had a good one.
I want to ask you, John. We come back from the international break against Manchester City, who look a little fragile. They look like I'm smelling blood in the water, The
City game, dude, that can go anyway. Yeah. I don't know what way that fucking thing is gonna go.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm gonna say Arsenal take it. It's gonna be 3-2. I think De Bruyne gets a free kick, but Aubameyang hat trick.
Ooh, okay. Oh, a hat trick.
He needs to prove himself as the captain.
I think we beat City. I would go 3-1, man. You say 3-2, you can say 3-1.
All right.
I think we beat them. I'm confident that we beat City. I think Arteta has the psych over Pep now.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on The Stoop. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell. Thank you, Lawler from Madrid. Here we go. Come on, you Gunners. It's party time, baby.